Assalamualaikum sir. I am Sabir Ahmed Shonu and my group member is SM Raihan Afroz. Today we are going to explain our selected topic, which is criticism of Facebook advertising, terms of service, end user license agreement, and privacy and policies. This presentation has three segments. In first segment, we will see terms of service of Facebook advertising, and in the second portion, we will see criticism of Facebook advertising, privacy and policies, and the last portion we will see end user license agreement of Facebook advertising. Okay. Now, the portion is criticism of Facebook advertising, terms of service. Introduction. With over 2.8 billion users, Facebook is a huge platform for advertising, offering business targeted ads to reach a specific audience, track performance, and make informed decisions. But there are some important issues we need to address regarding their terms of service. The main aim here is to critique Facebook advertising, TOS, focusing on fairness, clarity, privacy protections, dispute resolution, and other important areas. We want to promote more transparency and fairness in these terms. So, the first section is overview of Facebook advertising. First of all, we have to know the key points of terms of service of Facebook advertising. The key point is advertisers must agree to Facebook advertising terms of service. There are strict ad content policies, including rules against prohibited content. Data uses and privacy policies are supposed to protect user information. Facebook can suspend or terminate services if the terms of service are violated. Okay. Now, the next section is legal requirements versus existing practice. Comparison. We need to see if Facebook's practices align with their stand terms. It's crucial to check if the language used in terms of service is clear and easy to understand. Fairness needs to be evaluated to see if any clauses unduly favor Facebook. Informed consent from users should be explicit, ensuring they fully understand and agree of the terms. Compliance with laws and regulations should be reviewed to spot any potential legal risk. Third section is criticism of Facebook advertising terms of service. Main concern. The terms should be clear to prevent misunderstandings. Facebook's power to change terms and literally can disrupt ongoing ad campaigns. User data privacy measures should be robust and transparent. The dispute resolution process should be fair and accessible, giving advertisers proper resource. Case studies. In this portion, we see two case studies. The first case study is an advertiser's account was suspended without clear reasons, highlighting issues of transparency and fairness. And the second case study is there are a problem with data privacy and user consent in targeted ad campaigns, and underlining the need for clear and explicit consent to protect user privacy. From our end, we have some recommendations to Facebook Advertising Terms of Service Committee. Suggestions for improvement. Simplify the language of the terms of conditions for better understanding. Ensure a fair balance of power between Facebook and advertisers. Strengthen privacy protections for user data and secure explicit consent. Improve dispute resolution mechanisms to provide fair and effective resource for advertisers. So, the conclusion is we have analyzed Facebook advertising terms of service and identified issues like ambiguity, unilateral changes, data privacy concern, and accountability challenges. Call to action. Advertisers, regulatory bodies, and other stakeholders must advocate for fairer and more transparent terms of service in digital advertising. This will help create a balanced, privacy protected, and accountable advertising ecosystem. So now we are going to the second segment of our presentation, and that is end user license agreement of Facebook advertising. Rahan, wait, আমি call করব। Uh, Okay, in this portion, we will talk about EULA. The goal of this presentation is to critically analyze potential problems within Facebook EULA concerning advertising. Overviewing of Facebook advertising end user license agreement. Data collection and users. Facebook collects extensive data on users, which is used for targeted advertising. Content ownership. User grant Facebook a broad license to use their content. Community standards enforcement. Facebook enforce rules on what content is allowed. Intellectual property responsibility. Users are responsible for ensuring their content doesn't infringe on other rights. Okay, now we see the legal requirements versus existing practice. Legal requirements. EULA should be clear and understandable. Fairness. Terms should be fair and not overly favor the platform. User consent. Users should give informed consent to the terms. Compliance with laws. EULS should comply with international laws like GDPR and CCPA. Existing practice. Transparency. Evaluating if Facebook EULA is easy to understand, Fairness, checking if the terms are balanced or if they favor Facebook. User consent, accessing if users are truly informed when they agree to the EULA compliance with laws. Reviewing if Facebook adheres to GDPR and CCPA regulations. Criticism of Facebook advertising. Data collection and uses. Concern about the extent of data collected and how it is used. Content ownership uses issues with the broad license users grant to Facebook. Community standards enforcement. Lack of clarity and consistency in enforcing rules. As before, we have two case studies in this segment. First case study is an advertiser account was terminated for an unclear violation of community standards, highlighting transparency and fairness issues. And the second case study is there was mishandling of user data leading to privacy breaches and legal issues, emphasizing the need for better privacy protection. We have some recommendation for this segment. Suggestions for improvement. Transparency. Simplify the EULA language to make it more understandable. Balance of power. Ensure the terms of fair and not overly favor Facebook. Privacy protections. Strengthen user data privacy measures and ensure explicit consent. Dispute resolution. Implement fair and accessible dispute resolution mechanism for users. Conclusion. We have analyzed Facebook EULA and identified several issues such as lack of transparency, unfair terms, data privacy concern, and inadequate dispute resolution. Call to action. We urge users, policymakers, and stakeholders to advocate for fairer and more transparent EUL agreements. This will help create a more balanced and trustworthy environment for everyone. Now, I am requesting to my group member, SM Ryan Astras, to present his speech.
Hello everyone, today I am going to talking about the criticism of Facebook advertisement privacy and policy, a major platform for business and research to their target audience, and Facebook play a significant role of digital advertising. Privacy and policy are using essential to ensure to that the person's informations and manage the responsibility and transparency of the presentations of the focusing and influencing Facebook and privacy and policy descriptions of for leading to advertisement in terms and legal standards by user expectations. First of all, overview of Facebook ads and privacy and policy. Key point: privacy policy requirement. Advertisers must be a privacy and policy when used lead to the Facebook or Instagram. This policy is should be details how information collected, used, shared, and handled response to legal request and as we outlined to users' rights. Privacy policy URL. Advertiser need to privacy and policy URL when you use access or to the privacy and policy. Now, second of all, legal requirements versus existing practice. Legal requirement. Transparency policy should be can be clear, easy, or understand. User content. Contents must be informed the contents data collection and use. Protections. Users misuse that should be placed and protect data users. Users should be control over their data and they include their data right access and delete or informations. Existing practice. Transparency evaluating if the Facebook's privacy and policy is the straightforwardly or filled with the complex legal journal. User content checking is a Facebook and fully informations and active and contents data practice. Protections of reviewing how to Facebook's and significant data users. Users right assuming how to easy and the Facebook manager on their data Facebook. Criticisms of Facebook and privacy ad and privacy. Main content. Transparency, Facebook policy, and often the complex legal language of their hard for users to understand. User constant and the users may be always provide clear and informed the constant. Data sharing their lack and clarity about their data and share with third parties. Users' data may be find a difficult manage and their difficult issues. Notifications of changes. Facebook cannot maybe communications and communicated Facebook and policy of the already users. Now, fourth of the case study in real odd examples in their place. Two case study. A user extremely understand Facebook privacy and policy leading to the conscience of their data and using their used. Case study in sending the data sharing without the users and context, the designing and privacy and context. Recommendations suggest and improvements, improving and clarifications, can simplify the language in the privacy and policy to make them more their understandable, enhancing constant and meshing, implement clearly protections and their obtains on their constant. Transparency in data sharing, provide deadlines of informations about the data sharing and practice, better notifications and practice, ensure timely and clear communications of the any policy of changing. At the last part, Conclusion summary. In conclusion, the presentation highlight the importance and privacy on the users in the friendly and practice the Facebook ads. By addressing the clarity of implementing the recommended improvements, we cannot create more truthfully and beneficial digital improvements for the both the advertisers and the users. And the last part, call of communication is creating the advising users who's the better and transparency of their legals and users the misuse Facebook ads. Let's promote the culture that respect individual privacy rights and ensure the robotics and protections. Thanks for of all attention and hopes the presentations for the better of privacy and practice on Facebook.
Thank you, Ryan. This is all from us. We tried our best to present the criticism of Facebook advertising, terms of service, end user license agreement, and the privacy policies. And we want to thank our honorable faculty, Dr. Hassanul Ferdos, for his clear, easy understanding direction. Thank you all. That's all from us.